everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Simplified. This is the market update for the 4th of December 2017. So, before I go on, thank you guys so much. We have hit 100 subscribers. And I have a special something to give you guys when we hit 500 subscribers. So, keep those suggestions coming in, keep sharing, keep liking, and keep telling all your friends. So, to kick off this market update, let's start with a bit of friendly advice. This is the dilemma that you will be faced with at some point in your trading career. You put money in, you get less Satoshi out, but you get much more fiat currency equivalent. So that means, from the perspective of the tax authorities, you made money. But if you really get down to the bones of it all, have you really? What I want is to increase my holdings of Bitcoin and Ethereum by using altcoins. So a rupee or dollar or euro increase doesn't really matter that much to me. So sometimes it's best to sit on your hands. And later on in this video, I will get to my biggest regret of the last week. It's an even bigger regret than my last time I spoke about having a big regret. So let's cover some world news then. Japan has approved 4 new cryptocurrency exchanges. Japan is approving cryptocurrency exchanges at a fantastic rate. The thing is, currently many exchanges in Japan only let you trade in Bitcoin. With these new exchanges, they're hoping to approve more trading pairs. So now you can trade Ethereum, Neo, and there are some major moves about a possibility of trading in Mona coin, which is a native Japanese cryptocurrency. The optimism that Japan and its government has a cryptocurrency should be an example for other countries trying to get legislation on board. I would hope that countries have the humility to see that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin cannot be stopped because the value of this network transcends national boundaries. If countries say, oh, let's ban cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, they're just going to harm themselves because the rest of the world will keep powering on forward with cryptocurrency. So Japan is showing exactly how they can approve this first, get the taxation in line, so when this inevitably happens, they will get profits from this. You can see the same thing in the decriminalization movement of drugs. Governments that are decriminalizing know that there will always be a demand for narcotics in their community. So what they can do is move power away from the criminals by approving it, legalizing it, or decriminalizing it so that they can take either a cut on taxations or that they can treat their citizens for medical problems rather than criminal problems. Cryptocurrency walks this very fine line in this huge gray area. The market has shown through the rising value of the cryptocurrency market cap that they see this as a worthwhile investment. Why would governments hinder their place in this new economy by making things illegal? So, if you're listening, Modi ji, have a look at Japan's lead, and if you want India to be a superpower, follow in the footsteps of this new economy that's being created, a new global economy, an economy that does not rely on individual companies, but on the human race as a whole. For those who like meticulously poring over buy-sell points, Binance has announced that the coins listed on their platform will be added to TradingView. I wasn't too comfortable giving my analysis on coins just on Binance because I didn't have the means to accurately look at my information. Now with TradingView adding Binance, I can give you a bit of an insight into my reasoning with buying these Binance coins. Thank you very much for this, TradingView community. Thank you for upvoting this. Thank you for bringing it to the attention of the TradingView admins. Having said that, now let's have a look at the market update. All I see is a sea of green, guys. There is so much positive movement with coins that we like. In terms of the negative movement, there are only 2 coins that have double-figure negative price action. This is incredible. I would call this basically a bull market because Iota up 67%, Saya coin up 52%, Grossel coin 40%. These are coins that have been in the public consciousness for a while now, and they had grown a lot, and they continue going from strength to strength. However, there is one coin that has gone up way more than these, and it isn't in the top 100. It is definitely, though, in the top 200. This coin is called Matchpool, symbol GUP or GUPI. I don't know why cryptocurrencies feel like confusing people more than the concept of cryptocurrency already is. Your company is called Matchpool. Why not have a symbol MAT, MPool, MPO? There are so many ways that can make this a little less confusing, but there is no G in your company name, so why are you confusing people? That being said, the price is up 100%. So, if you look at this price action, that is an absolutely vertical line. I don't think slapping labels like pump and dump does the company, the idea, or anything behind the project justice. So I decided to have a look into it a little bit further. So it turns out that there is a very rational reason for this price increase, and that is the phenomenon of free money. There is a huge price increase, but there is very little chance of this being a sustainable price increase. There is a new currency being launched by Matchpool on the quantum blockchain. This will be a one-to-one reward, not unlike what we've been having with these Bitcoin forks. Fork after another fork. This one isn't nearly as visible, but with a 100% price increase, I'm certain that people will FOMO buy. I'm telling you, please do not FOMO buy. I have huge reservations about this platform, and I'll continue showing you why. So the quantum project, I think, is kind of cool. They're creating multiple blockchains so that enterprises can have cross-chain interactions to increase the value of the services that they're offering. However, Matchpool has a bit of a social network going. They have pools by interest. I have just signed up, and I did the first thing, is what I normally do whenever I get onto a new social network. I search for drum and bass. Why do I search for drum and bass? Because it is not a super popular genre of music, but it is fairly popular, and drum and bass heads are very, very passionate. So it's not the most accurate nor scientific test, but it's a test for me. Does this network have a critical mass that's large enough to get some drum and bass heads on board? And not really. This is a bit of a dead space. And if we're looking at this as the future of social networking, they have a long way to go. I don't really know the purpose of the GUPI token. They're talking in very general terms about putting people together by interest. But where does the token come into this? They should have told me about the use of their token within the first page of their website. I've scrolled down a lot, and I still haven't found the use of their token. I am staying as far away from this project as I possibly can, but because it's trending, I feel it's my responsibility to tell you that I think this is something that you shouldn't be wasting your time with. However, if you believe in this project, if you believe in what they're trying to do, please let me know. Comment your point of view. Give me any resources you might have that will change my perspective on this. I'm open to taking new ideas on board. So far, I've not seen anything by Matchpool that makes me think that this is a solid investment that I will not regret putting my money in. And hey, look here, it's an unsecured site. Guys, I've already signed up with my Facebook. Why is this not secure? And that's all I really want to say about this, because yeah, I don't think I should dedicate any more time to this. Please stay away. I'm not a financial advisor, but these are just my 2 Satoshis. Next up, Iota. I love Iota. I love it, love it, love it. Their concept of the Tangle network is great, and it makes me happy that people are recognizing the value of something like this. However, I screwed up. I bought some Iota at a really cheap price. I took about 70% gains, and I bounced. But then it went up 100% from there. While this is one of those times where it's useful to sit on your hands, I played the pragmatist role and I had set my sell orders just minutes after buying. I had no idea the price was going to go up so far. I thought it would be a bit of a zigzag sort of action. Price goes up a bit, cash out on my profits, reinvest at a lower price, get some more Iota, just keep moving that money between Iota and Ethereum. I just wanted to keep flip-flopping it, but it turns out the market doesn't care what I think. I am just one person in an ocean of investors, and the market made sure to make me realize that. 60% increase from that point at which I sold it. Okay, I have regrets, but I have my profits. I might not have as much profit as I could have had, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it. There will be other battles that I can win. So it's totally fine. So I wanted to get to the bottom of why Iota is actually rising so quickly. By the numbers, the Iota trading volume has gone above Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum on Binance. So there might be a bit of FOMO in here. That's totally understandable. This is cryptocurrency after all, and this is a very emotional market. So people will be investing when the price is high. I urge you, if you're subscribed to my channel, please do not give in to FOMO. But then again, you also need to weigh up the pros and cons, because Bittrex is coming, and when it does come, the price of Iota will fly. How do we know that Bittrex is coming? Because now this is your chance to buy the rumor and then sell the news. Some coding savant went into the Bittrex code and found that Iota is going to be listed. This is insider information that I personally cannot verify in not being a coder. If you are a coder, please have a look at the link. I'll put it in the description. Dig through, take it apart. Let me know if this is actually true or not. Because if it is, you guys can really get on this game early before the price absolutely skyrockets. If you are a coder and can verify this news, please leave your opinion in the comments. I personally, and I'm sure all the subscribers to this channel, would love to hear your input. Lastly, I've saved my favorite coin for the end. It's called Horizon State. These guys want to revolutionize democracy as we know it. It's a totally ridiculous statement to make, but I put my money in this either way. Full disclosure, I invested in Horizon State at the ICO and I got back 8 times my money, straight out upon their release on Ether Delta. I sold some of my stake, but I kept a little bit because I believe in the long-term viability of this company. This is a project very, very close to my heart, because this is all about democracy. I believe wholeheartedly in the power of the individual to shape policy. However, I am very disillusioned with democracy because I believe it can only work as well as the access to information that the entire voting populace possesses. And therein lies the problem. It's in human nature to get your information and to discuss your political ideas with people who agree with you. No one wants to be called an idiot just for thinking something that the people around them do not. It's human nature. Birds of a feather flock together. And now with social media, what we've done is create these little bubbles that we curate our own information, and very, very rarely do we have the opposing point of view coming in to challenge what we think. There are facts poking holes in the arguments of both sides of the political spectrum. It's always happened, it's always been there. Being on the political left or the political right does not make you more or less correct than people on the other side of the spectrum. However, it's our presence on social media that leads us to believe that people on the other side of the political spectrum are idiots. As we've seen with the spreading of fake news on Facebook, which Facebook was complicit in, we do now know that this is a huge problem. We are stuck in our echo chambers getting news that may or may not be true. What Horizon State wants to do is facilitate the access of information for any voting group. This could be an NGO, It could be a country. Who knows? Once we contact aliens, we could have Earth's voting system for galactic policy on a platform like this. Who knows? But what we do have is a platform where people can sign up, be active, and access scientific, unbiased information so that they can vote based on the facts. If you've been following the news in the United States, a new tax bill is on the cusp of being passed. This bill was put through Congress without a single expert opinion. This is what scares me about modern democracy. Where have the references to facts gone? As a human race, we need to work together. All of us want exactly the same thing, irrespective of your place on the political spectrum. What we want is prosperity for our families. What could be hindering us from this is our tribal association and our unwillingness to look at facts. The use of the blockchain in Horizon State's platform is to create a voting system that is unfraudable. In the wake of the announcement that he did not win the popular vote, Donald Trump cried foul, saying that there was voter fraud on a mass scale. This is a problem because this is a baseless claim made in a country that has a very, very strong voting platform. There have been other countries where leaders who have already been in power are winning elections in very questionable circumstances. I do not want to name drop, but I shall attach links in my description and you can read up on this. It's very, very likely that there is election fraud happening, but not in the United States of America. It's a common occurrence in cryptocurrency that people talk about how crypto can help the developing world much more than it can help the developed world. And this is one of those cases. In countries where democratic processes are not respected to their entirety, Horizon State could be the answer to fairer, more open elections. Combine this with an increased access to information, we could be making some fantastic strides towards fixing democracy. Horizon State has now partnered with the United Nations to help them meet their sustainability development goals. One of these goals is all about access to democratic process and voting. I will without a doubt follow up this project in the near future with its own video because I really believe that Horizon State is one of these revolutionary blockchain projects that will change the very fundamentals of the way the world functions. If it is not Horizon State, someone will improve on their plans, but as someone who's invested in Horizon State, I really hope that these guys are the future of democracy. And on that note, thank you so much everyone for the likes, the shares, and all the views. I will see you again tomorrow. This is Mar from Crypto Simplified, signing out. You have an awesome rest of the day.
All my shoulders in the form of this beat. In your ear, represent for real.
The answer lies.
You know my function.